Silence, everyone, please. I feel the presence of someone who has passed over recently to the spirit world. Do you wish to speak to someone here? Please give us a sign. Are you here with us, Mr. Holloway? 1 knock for yes, 2 knocks for no.
I'll knock you in the middle of next week, sweetheart, if we don't see some results, and soon.
Who dares disturb my eternal slumber? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? The devil's going on here?
Precisely.
What was that, my love?
Nothing at all, ma chère.
I think she's got it. She's finally gone and done it.
Well, golly. Fry me and butter and call me catfish. It's Mr. Holloway. It is, in the flesh. This is outrageous. What's the meaning of this? What in the Sam Hill is going on?
My brother is dead. He's gone. And he's never coming back. This is surely Satan's work.
Indubitably, my dear woman.
Pardon this intrusion, Mr. Holloway, but I must ask you, were you murdered?
You don't get to rule an empire like mine without committing a few atrocities on your way to the top. Remember, murder is not just the taking of a life, but the unraveling of countless others. The secrets, the lies, the crimes against humanity. Look around this room. Any one of you thieving backstabbers with an axe to grind could have done it. After all, as they say, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Mr. Holloway, I mean, Father.
Yes, Laurel.
I am your father.
Just know, the truth shall set you free.
The Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 32. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. That was his favourite passage. It really is Holloway himself.
My time with you here is short, so take this advice to heart, one and all. When given the choice between being right and being kind, be kind. Don't confuse kindness with weakness.
What does that mean exactly?
The death god has given thee to me, and now he calls thee home. We wish you peace, love, and light. You are now free to go. Return now, Thurston Holloway III. May your soul find peace. Shalom.
So, are we having fun yet, or what?
Well, that left me with more questions than answers.
As a great bard once wrote, truth will come to sight. Murder cannot be hid long. Now then, I say that we all retire for the night. Clearer heads will prevail in the morning.
I reckon I'll get some shut-eye in the morning. I'll take the first shift there, Detective.
Thanks, Sheriff. You're 1 in a million. After that inane séance, I needed a stiff drink. I needed a good night's rest. Hell, I needed a vacation. But enough about me. The key to cracking this whole investigation wide open was going to be sussing out who had the means, motive, and opportunity to murder Holloway. Wasn't going to be easy either. These weren't your usual everyday garden variety suspects. So many clues and possible alibis. My head was just spinning a mile a minute just thinking about it. Then, like a ton of bricks, it hit me. I was never going to get to the truth. I had to assume every last one of these characters was a liar, which meant asking the right questions to the right person to uncover what they were hiding exactly.
Where were you on the night in question, Miss Callowell?
Is this a dagger I see before me?
Knives out, huh? Alrighty then. Let me take a stab at this one. Oh, it was on to you. Caught you embezzling funds from the Foundation, and you wanted to make sure no one was the wiser. That sound about right, Counselor?
You couldn't possibly be more wrong, my friend. I was in downtown Manhattan on the morning the alleged crime took place. I couldn't possibly be in two places at once now. Could I?
Now, maybe I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. But it seemed like her story had more holes in it than a piece of Swiss cheese. She even slipped up and said morning, not evening.
You know, I'm a very strong believer in listening and learning from others. Oh, and one more thing. What is it they say? Oh yeah, the first cut is the deepest, right?
Right you are, detective. And if memory serves me right, I believe it was Sherlock Holmes that once said, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. It's elementary, my dear Mr. Lawton.
You might be wondering why a lady like me has a horseshoe in her purse. Well, bless your heart. This is the very horseshoe from the horse that won the Kentucky Derby in 1946.
You don't say. What was the horse's name again?
As I recollect, it was assault, like assault and battery.
Terribly sorry for the aggravation, old madam, but I must know. You hit Thurston Holloway with your prized horseshoe. After all, he never did acknowledge you as his daughter.
Why, how dare you, sir? I do declare I am a woman of pedigree and refinement. The thought of injuring another human being, let alone Big Daddy, it's beyond the pale. Why, I'll have you know, I've always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Strangers like Thurston Holloway III? Or maybe his butler, Gerard?
As Major Domo over the years, I've grown accustomed to fixing an assortment of household problems.
Yeah, now then, I don't mean to throw a monkey wrench into your cover story, but did you ever get angry with Holloway for the menial tasks he gave you? Or the elusive holiday bonus he always promised?
Whatever do you mean? Mr. Holloway was a fine, upstanding employer. I had no cause whatsoever to do him harm.
What was it that Byron once said? Yes, wives in their husbands' absences grow subtler, and daughters sometimes run off with the butler. So, do you have a thing for that southern belle, Georgia Fay? I've seen the way you've been giving her those googly eyes.
I've only just met Miss Lavallee. And I must admit, her southern charm is quite enchanting.
C'est terrible, she did not come into any inheritance, huh? Guess you bet on the wrong horse there, partner.
It's merely a paperweight. A souvenir from my brother-in-law Thurston's stint in rehab.
Yeah, I hear you. Know all too well about those milestones from the big book. So are you the one that committed him?
Let's just say I pulled some strings and got him the best care money can buy.
There it was again. That familiar laugh. I swear I'd heard it before, but where?
Sounds like a pretty smooth explanation if you ask me, Doc.
Are you implying that I was somehow involved in my brother-in-law's death?
What, did I have a nerve there, Doc? Oh, must have been tough not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, huh?
Oh, these relentless accusations of yours are growing tiresome.
Not easy being the one in the hot seat now, is it?
Well, if you really must know, I've had many a white night since Thurston passed. He was like a real brother to me. You know? You know nothing of my grief.
Sorry for your loss. I guess we all grieve in our own way, huh?
So true. And from my vast experience as a therapist, very few of us are what we seem, Detective.
Must be nice getting that sizable donation for your missionary work. $1 million is going to save a lot of souls, huh?
I'm a man of the cloth, and I very much resent your insinuations, Detective.
I thought you and Holloway were business partners back in the day. Now you got some money laundering scheme going on out of Africa.
I don't know where you heard that, Detective, but I swear on this here Bible, that what I say is the God's honest truth. The good book says, if you're at peace with your soul, then heaven and earth will be at peace with you.
Fire away. I merely bring light where there is darkness and hope where there is despair. What more could you ask for in life?
Very enlightening. So, is it true you've been running this con game up and down the Hudson River? And I heard Esméralda ain't even your real name.
You heard wrong, Mr. Lawton. I'll have you know, I am a practicing licensed psychic here in New York State.
What about the other 47 states where you're wanted for fraud, money laundering, and larceny? Now you're a grifter, all right. It's as plain as the nose on your face.
How dare you call me plain? I'll have you know I descend from a long line of esteemed mediums and soothsayers.
And I'm sure you worked Holloway for every last dime. Nice touch with the séance, too. I almost bought the whole act. Hook, line, and sinker. Sorry we got off on the wrong foot, ma'am, but I just have a few questions for you.
Proceed. I have nothing to hide.
For people with money, this dame and her family didn't seem to have any sense of humor.
So, I heard you were thrown out of the Abbey, climbing trees, whistling, and being flighty as a feather. You really come a long way since them days, Sister Maria Euphemia.
Bravo! You've gone and figured it out. I was feeling verklempt, bored, trapped, and I just had to break away. I entered the state's witness protection program and got a whole new identity.
So, why are you packing heat there, sister?
The name's Pennington, Violet Pennington. A girl can't be too careful. You never know when your past might come back to haunt you. Besides which, I am a skilled marksman.
Well, you don't say. What's your specialty?
Trap shooting, of course.
Just as I suspected.
Are you through playing 20 questions? You must be at the end of your rope trying to figure this all out, Mr. Lawton.
You look like a proverbial cat that swallowed the canary. What gives, kiddo?
That sounds positively scrumptious. You know, it was so much fun seeing that look on your face at the séance when you all thought I kicked the bucket. It was just priceless. Did you really think that if you gave me enough rope, I'd hang myself?
You know, the way I see it, Hollywood took you in, showed you the ropes with the foundation. You'll go and get a little too greedy for your own good. And this is how you repay him?
For your information, detective, I don't hold grudges, and I don't bury hatchets. I sharpen them.
Honey, you can't go around making idle threats to people whenever the mood suits you.
Who made you judge, jury, and executioner? Now, I may be young, stubborn, single-minded, and obsessive, but those are all traits of great students of the dark arts, like myself. And great serial killers.
So who'd you rope into doing your dirty work here with your master plan, Ms. Adams?
Bravo! Give the man a cigar. Oh, and for the record, I work alone. I don't believe that I'm better than everybody else, just that I'm better than you, especially when it comes to finding out the truth. The truth of it is, there are monsters everywhere.
Monsters, really?
Everywhere. And sometimes, those that we least suspect are the most dangerous. They hide in the shadows until no one is looking. And then they strike.
Yeah. Thanks for the insight, kid.
I used to bring Monsieur Holloway his afternoon tea like clockwork. He liked a very rare blend of almond tea imported from Ceylon.
Must have gotten a lot easier since Ceylon gained its independence last year. Now, don't bitter almonds contain high levels of cyanide?
Je ne sais pas. I know nothing of what you speak, monsieur. This is, how you say, not my cup of tea. I don't mean to, how you say, spill the tea, Monsieur Lawton, but I think I know who murdered Monsieur Holloway.
So what are you waiting for, Nancy Drew? Spill it.
No, I must not. It's too unthinkable.
Don't you mean unthinkable, Molly Brown?
Oui, monsieur. Excusez-moi, my English, she is not so good. But I swear on all that is holy, au nom du Père, du Fils et du Saint-Esprit, it was the...
God. Damn alarm. It's finally getting somewhere, too. What was she trying to tell me? The butler did it? Nah, it's way too cliche even for me. Oh well, like they say, the plot thickens, and back to the drawing board.
Extra, extra! Read all about it. Billionaire heiress Laurel Holloway to wed Count Damien Thorne. Millions at stake. But who's counting?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Sorry, wrong passage. Sorry about that, Prince. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the bonds of holy matrimony. If anyone can show just cause why this couple cannot lawfully be joined together, let them speak now or forever hold their peace.
Just hurry it up, Reverend. We haven't got all day here. We're heading out of town on a honeymoon later tonight.
Do you, Count Damien Lucifer von Thorn, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, and to love and to cherish until death you part?
I most certainly do.
And do you, Lola Scarlett Holloway, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
Oh, I'm feeling great. But this is all so sudden. I'm at a loss for words.
I object. Yeah, hold your horses, Padre. This man here is not what he appears to be.
How dare you, Lawton? This is a private wedding ceremony. You'll pay dearly for this. Sheriff, arrest this man for trespassing and disturbing the peace.
Sorry, this here is out of my jurisdiction, Miss Thorne.
Jake, what are you doing?
Proceed, Reverend.
By the power vested in me by God, and by the power in His Word, and the Holy Spirit, and by the state of New York in this the year of our Lord, 1948, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss
my sweet patootie there, Thorne.
Keep your nose out of this, Seamus. One more step and I'll let the Reverend here have it.